This is the Canglangyu garden, 17th site of Qinglong's 36 sites. I have to look at the movie again. Bosom Friend and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon were filmed here. So now I'm going to work my way off that same bridge from Ruyi Island and walk up to Wenjin Palace, which is at 21, and then over to 22, and then out through that gate there, and hopefully pick up the bus, unless I go to Twin Peaks. Du Fu and Li Bai were both great poets from the past. This is an older looking pavilion. Notice how the plants are growing in the roof. But what's interesting is that it does not have the rounded top, which would symbolize heaven. So you wonder what the essence of that symbology is. Now, moving away from the lake to both the north and principally the northwest and the north and to the west is a huge area. Making it the largest imperial park, if you will, in China, of basically wandering wooded areas. And ahead of us, pretty much to the northwest, is Twin Peaks, for the obvious reasons, although it could just as easily have called it Three Peaks, I guess, is that little one on the side. But you'll notice at the top are pagodas. This channel looks like it led and terminated here. Here, a companion canal, little bridge, leading also to this pavilion here. We were just looking at the Hall of 1,000 Feet Snow. You can see from the pedestals here that this used to be a covered walkway. Whether this was a pond rather than a sitting area of some sort. This is the Literary Ford Library, completed in 1774, so it doesn't have anything to do with Henry and his lineage. It doesn't say why the word ford, unless it meant to ford the stream that comes down through here, apparently. This is a reproduction placed in here at some early time, but depicting a library, presumably. This mountain that was constructed looks like a bunch of obelisks, like some kind of Machu Picchu thing. What a lovely counterpoint are those quaint temple roofs and the roof. So the rookery fronts this building. They look like the stelae of the Mayans. It's interesting to look at the rocks themselves. This looks like sedimentary, unless it was somehow laid down by volcanoes, but I haven't heard anything or seen anything about volcanoes. And then of course here you can see the metamorphic bending of that, what looks like sedimentary rock. Oftentimes, these garden pieces, for lack of a better term, are modeled after famous places elsewhere in China. Okay, I'm walking in behind that building where nobody is, because that's funner. This two-story building was really a repository for books, a storage place, perhaps like what we call a library. Certainly if the emperor wanted something, he could ask for it. But this area back here is done very nicely also. It's slightly less stated. I'm going to see if I can escape out through here. I bet you I can. Back here is the continuation of that stream that we saw earlier. And this area all opens up to still yet another bridge and people climbing the Twin Peaks. These look like small deer tracks, so I'm guessing that my original idea that they had animals here is probably valid. You would think they would. Why wouldn't they? Presumably all this will eventually be restored. Okay, of course, here I am right now. I think this is Tower Great viewing vastness to my left. So I'll go over there just to look at it because it has that pretty bridge. Then I'm going to double back here and shoot back on over here and hit this gate. So there's the Ford Library. I'm standing on a portion of the bridge that's quite new. And right up there is Twin Peaks. And don't know if that was a continuation of the stream that direction or not. I don't know what these colorful pagoda yurt-like buildings are for, but they're reminiscent of guest housing. This is a curious structure. The unit on the right there, you'll see the position that upper part is on, almost horizontal. This looks like a chair for carrying someone, at least symbolically so. Now here's the other element on the left side. In its upper unit is actually in a vertical position. There in the background may be the Canglangyu Pagoda. Very tall, leaning a tower type, with the what I thought obligatory round finial on top. Foreshadowed by an elegantly dressed and walking woman is the pagoda. This little building was probably a security building. Imagine the men and women whose lives centered on that. And all of these platforms that we're looking at that approach the pagoda all used to have columns and be covered, probably with elegant roofs. Roofs? Here are some that some folks have left spinning. Here on the wall are carved figures. This one, I believe, being a stylized Buddha. Notice that probably for structural reasons this has 3 of those very large, thick beams. He's about 1.25 inches long. Here I think are the heads of what are called bishi. I haven't known a name for them before. But what's interesting here is that there are large ones at the corner and small ones in between, just as a difference in design element. Here they're repairing this wall and the sub wall, the wall that's foundation wall for the one above. But there's the original wall over there, I believe. It would have gone all around the palace grounds. Here again the bishi, dragon-like head on a turtle body, supporting a stele, which probably at one time had something important to say by Qinglong. Here the river upstream, cow grazing, nice bridge, presumably maybe it is just for pedestrians, serving that huge residential complex.